Dillian Whyte was brutally knocked out by Alexander Povetkin. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Rem Star Says So. I'm gonna lie, yeah. I'm gonna enjoy making this video. If you're a Dillian Whyte fanboy, if you've been hating on Wilder, if you've been riding AJ's nuts, not AJ, if you've been riding Eddie Hearn's nuts, or Dean White, or any of those little lone wolf BS that's been going on, you're probably gonna want to turn off this video, because I've said from day dot that Dillian Whyte ain't shit. And if you've been riding with this channel, I've said I don't feel sorry for Whyte, and he's now got his comeuppance, constantly hating on Wilder, hating on anybody that Wilder ever fought, saying Wilder ain't fought nobody, saying that there's no point in fighting that 40-year-old old man in Luis Ortiz because there's no gain in it, to then go and get knocked out by a 40-year-old old man in Alexander Povetkin. What an absolute prick. Down in the East End of England, they would call him a Toby Juck. For you who don't know, that's a mug. Dillian Whyte is a prick, and I am so glad he got knocked out. Let's just break into this one. Anybody who knows me, I did my analysis of Povetkin recently, and I said that he is a 5, maybe 6 round fighter. If you can weather the storm and keep Povetkin at bay for the first 6 rounds, from round 7 onwards, you've got him. He can only fight for a maximum of 5-6 rounds, giving it his all. He empties the tank and he tries to take you out. If he can't take you out, you've done it. The thing is, with Dillian Whyte, he had 2 knockdowns, and it looked like he was in cruise control. I watched this fight this morning. I didn't watch it live. I was out and about yesterday. I'm still a little bit hanging, so if my voice sounds anyway fucked up, that's the reason why. And I've just been fairly busy in general. Every time I make a video, I say I'm back. I'm going to be ironing out videos. The biggest issue that I have at the moment, guys, and I need you lot to help me, is I use a video thing called VideoPad. Now, when I first got VideoPad, I paid for it, and then I ran an update on it. It told me to update it. Little did I know that when you did an update, they wanted you to pay again, and I'm not paying for this shit again. I don't even use any of the extra effects. I could just use a basic sort of video sort of software. So what I did was I uninstalled it, and I'm using the free trial again because I'm just not going to pay for it. So if any of you guys can hook me up with a VideoPad code, or any good sort of video making software out there that's free, let me know in it, because eventually they're gonna not let me keep downloading it and reinstalling it for the free trials. So I do want to get the channel up and rolling again, but that's the main reason why I haven't made a video in a month, because these guys are being pagans. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Dillian Whyte was controlling the fight. I think that Povetkin won the first round comfortably. Then, round 2, I gave that to Whyte. Round 3, there was like a flash knockdown. I don't really feel like it hurt Povetkin. It was just a flash knockdown. Bam. Because he got up straight away. The referee counted him in. He came back. And then, Adam Smith's cutting all this rubbish saying that Povetkin was saved by the bell. Dillian Whyte was going to the body, doing what he always does. The left hooks, the body shots, you name it. But, Povetkin was weathering the storm, and he boxed beautifully. Povetkin, he is a craftsman. He's been in the ring. He's an Olympic gold medalist. He's only lost twice. Once to AJ, and the other one was to Vladimir Klitschko. And he's been in there with some arguably sort of tough guys. He's been in there with the likes of Huey Fury. Woo! Yeah, he's been in there with Michael Hunter. To be fair, I don't have his CV in front of me. I don't know everybody that he's fought. I know he fought David Price, and he almost got spun then. So, Povetkin is always there to be knocked out, but, he does have heart. He's got that Eastern European sort of heart in him, and he will keep going forwards regardless of what happens. So I think he got knocked down. Whyte knocked down Povetkin in the 3rd, and then in the 4th, and then, Povetkin's battling, and it looks like Whyte is in cruise control, literally. But, Povetkin comes, he puts together a little bit of decent footwork. He sort of ducks down where it looks like Whyte's about to jab, and he just hits him with a left hand of glory, left hand uppercut. For you guys who ever watched like Dragon Ball Z, that looked like the dragon punch, like when Goku had the dragon in his hand and went through him. Dillian Whyte was knocked out before he hit the floor. Like, he hit him perfectly on the chin, and it was just lights out. I'm out and about, and my cousin's texting me. My cousin's like, yo, Povetkin's just knocked out Whyte. I'm like, don't lie. Better sending me the video. I was like, yo. Like, so I'm in the bar now, and I'm watching this with all the men and shit. And like, yeah, like, I was in shock. Like, I actually thought that Whyte was going to beat him, and I thought he'd either beat him on points or like sort of the later rounds, from about like maybe round 8 to like round 11 or round 12. I don't know, but I didn't think that he was going to lose. It just shows you, like, in the heavyweight division, anything can happen. When I'm looking at the guys that, you know, Povetkin has fought previously, just pulled up his CV now. So, you know, he had a draw with Michael Hunter in his last fight back in December. I personally thought that he lost that fight. He beat Hughie Fury unanimously. He lost to AJ. He beat David Price, but as I said, Price nearly knocked him out. Unanimous decision against Christian Hamer. Unanimous decision against Andre Rudenko. He beat Johan Duapis in 6 rounds. He knocked out Mariusz Wach in the 12th. He beat Mike Perez. He knocked out Carlos Takam. And he also knocked out Manuel Charr. So after losing to Klitschko in 2013, he went on a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He went on a run of 8 wins from 2013 to 2018. And then obviously in the AJ fight, I've already made a video about it. I felt like he won the first 4 or 5 rounds and then sort of ran out of steam. Looking at Povetkin, I don't understand why he gets rated so highly. He hasn't really fought anybody of note or anybody who went on to do anything. Now, when you think about it, he lost to Klitschko after 26 fights of fighting basically nobody. He beat a washed-up Hassan Rahman in 2012. And then, like, you know, Manuel Charr, the guy who's supposedly the WBA regular champion. Carlos Takam. Carlos Takam. He's a tough guy, but he ain't shit. Mike Perez, I'm pretty sure he was like a blown-up cruiserweight. Mariusz Wach, like, well, we all know Wach is Wach. Johan Duapis, apparently he was shit when Wilder fought him, but anybody else who fights him, he's a credible opponent. So I'm just looking at the guys that Povetkin's really fought, and I'm just like, yeah, not for me. But, you know, he is a gold medalist. He won gold at the Olympics in 2004. He won gold at the World Championships in 2003. And he's a very solid technical boxer. And he's got the heart of a lion as well. He does come off from 2 knockdowns. Like, when you think about it, the first knockdown, I don't think it really fazed him. I think it was more of a flash knockdown. But the second one, there was some oomph in that. And he got back up. And, you know, as he said, he had been working on that dip down low uppercut. I don't know why he said that now, because now that's probably going to take it away from his arsenal in the rematch. Dillian Whyte does have a rematch clause, and apparently they're going to take it. So that's my thoughts. I haven't really made a video anyway, but I did say to my boy before the fight, I was like, look, if the fight is within the first 5 to 6 rounds, Povetkin can win. Even though I was expecting Whyte to win it, like as we've seen with Povetkin versus AJ, he is a 5, maybe 6 round fighter. And for the first 5 to 6 rounds, he's going to be very lively and very dangerous. I've been saying for time that Dillian Whyte ain't shit, and I've said for time I don't feel sorry for him. And I've also said he has no business in the ring with the likes of a Wilder, an AJ, or a Fury. All this Dillian Whyte was getting ducked by Wilder, bollocks. If this is what Povetkin's doing to Whyte, imagine what Wilder would have done. Wilder would have spun man's jaw from time, bruv. Like, that's what Wilder would have done. Taking man's head off, decapitation. Dillian Whyte needs to understand he ain't on that elite level. He's just not. I want to see Dillian Whyte fight like a Andy Ruiz. I want to see him fight a Luis Ortiz. You know, maybe even have a rematch with Joseph Parker. Let's not forget, Parker dropped him in the 12th. And if it wasn't for, you know, the timing of the fight, he was done there as well. He's just not on the level. But yeah, I don't know. Where does he go from there? I'm guessing he'll have a rematch probably sometime between about December and February, where he's going to try and get this one back. If he loses to Povetkin again, he's fucked. As I said to you guys many a time before, Dillian Whyte should have taken that April 13th fight against AJ. I really don't feel sorry for him because, fucking minute. Like, does this guy really been chatting shit about Wilder getting knocked out by Povetkin? Like, man, clearly Dillian Whyte without steroids ain't nothing. Look at what he did to Oscar Rivas when he was juiced to the nines. And then against Marius Vac, he didn't have any steroids in his system and he looked shit. And he didn't really look that great either yesterday. You're telling me that a 40-year-old Povetkin can duck down and drop you with an uppercut like that? Nah, bruv. Nah. I'm not having it. Dillian Whyte is dead in it. Like, he's not an elite level fighter. I don't even know if he's a B level fighter because I really don't think he would beat Ortiz or Ruiz. And I'd look at those men as like B level fighters. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Do you think that Dillian Whyte was hard done by? I mean, I know he was controlling the fight, but shit, he got knocked out spark cold. That one knockdown, it wasn't like he got knocked down and then went on to lose on points. No, he got hit with an uppercut and it knocked him out. As they said, he was knocked out before he hit the floor. I don't even know if it's a safe bet for him to trigger this rematch clause, but he's going to do it. So yeah, leave me a comment, guys. Hit like, hit subscribe. That's the end of the show because Remstar says so.